towards Battleborn, where there has been no word in or out of the city, the Dwarven monarchy, on this continent after all of this stuff went down. So it's been a little over a year since Battleborn has just completely shut their walls. There's been almost no visible signs that you guys know of. There's been no messages sent out of the city, nothing. It's just been silent. Nobody knows what's happened out there, and nobody has visited. The few that have from the open palm have not responded back in. So that is a concern.
Battleborn has used a smokeless fuel, or they were known.
Oh, previously Battleborn, they were already the foundation of a lot of the best crafted armor and weapons, and it was, it's the Dwarven monarchy, so a lot of the dwarves who are, trained in a lot of blacksmithing, establish their business there, establish their practices. The best blacksmiths on the continent live in Battleborn. But one person in particular, the most famous thing that they're recently known for, is a younger blacksmith, a young female that was able to mine and find a coal that burned twice as hot as your average coal and did not produce any smoke, and was able to use that to better infuse enchantments, to better infuse even it bent metal a lot easier because it was the heat was a lot higher. That was made everything a lot more malleable, so you could use strong metals. You know that a couple times they made diamond cast great swords or platinum hammers and stuff. They're able to use these harsher metals that you typically wouldn't be able to because of the great heat that this coal provides. Having said that, you guys did charter a boat. I never got to introduce him, but you have a human captain who there's nothing overtly remarkable about him. He's pretty normal as far as humans are concerned that you guys have seen in this world. He has a hat very similar to Hadvar's. So he gave you a kind of odd look when you stepped on, like, I hope this won't be a problem. But his name is Captain Tristane, and he welcomed you on and took the money that was paid for the charter, and you guys set sail from Dry Gulch northward to go around the continent and be dropped off as close to Battleborn as feasibly possible.
Cool.
You guys have been on the water for 2 days at this point, so if there's anything that you need to regain for long rests, you can do that. But you are on open waters. Land is not in sight at all at this point. You're just on the ocean. And as far as his crew is concerned, you know that he has 3 general helpers. He has a navigation coordinator, and then he actually mans the steering wheel, and he has a first mate. So those are the three people that are kind of key in this: is his coordinator, his first mate, and then him. And you know that the first mate typically sleeps throughout the day, and then he'll take the shift at night driving the boat, and then the captain will drive in the daytime.
What are their races?
Everybody on this ship is human. It's a whole human crew. Yeah.
Okay. And would we have gotten their names, the first mate and the navigator?
A lot of them weren't comfortable giving you names. You did pick up on a few nicknames. The first mate's name is Slop, S-L-O-P. And the navigation, his name is Wing.
Wing, W-I-N-G.
Yeah, Wing, like flying wing.
Okay.
So first and nav. Gotcha.
Yes.
The captain's name is Captain Tristane.
Is there anything you guys wanted to do on the journey, on the first 2 days that, if there's something that I skipped over, I don't want to do that. I just want to make sure that you guys are accomplishing anything that you want to accomplish on this journey. You know that you have about 4 to 6 days left out on open waters before you get to the point where you can be dropped off. The ship is moving relatively fast, faster than it would seem for just being a sail ship. You can tell that the crew members and the way that they've manned this ship, the way that it's built, is of a higher quality, which is why the charter might have cost a little more than normal. And you have your cart and 2 horses below decks.
Okay.
There is an entry point when you dock that the bottom of the ship is able to open, and you can funnel cargo of any kind in and out of the bottom of the ship, and they are being taken care of by your the deckhands that are present. I'm assuming you would have bought food for the horses and whatnot, but the actual care for the horses is a part of your being chartered.
I think Barrow, with kind of like a newfound sense of interest in things going around him type of deal, would be trying to pick up on, even maybe asking every once in a while the captain or first mate or whoever was around, maybe the navigator, just to teach him little things here and there about what they're doing and how they're making things work on the ship.
Sure. And to all of your credit, you guys were kind of learned when you first met with Jared Thrush, because he actually required that you work with him on the ship. So you are chipping in, you are helping out, you are tying sails and moving sails around depending on which direction the wind is going, making sure that the ship's cargo is safe on top, making sure that everyone's being maintained okay, making sure that the ropes are oiled well, this, that, and the other. The other thing of note on this ship is there are 4 large ballista, 2 on either side,
Okay.
as a defense from pirating or creatures of the sea of any kind. You hear tales of the kraken and the dragon turtles of the world. Most of them are myths, like the Loch Ness monster or the kraken.
You said
Right.
You said 2 on each side, or
Yep.
2 total?
2 on each side, so 4 total.
All right.
So there are ballista here for you to learn how to use those as well. If at any point in time it would ever be used, I would say you do not add a proficiency modifier, but you would be able to utilize them.
Would Hadvar, being a soldier, have proficiency with siege weapons?
I would say because you have vehicle proficiency and you're a soldier, I would give you proficiency on these. I think you could make an argument for that.
Cool.
I think Amora would want to stay up and see how the coordinator would navigate at night, to see how he navigates by the stars.
Sure.
So
Sure.
that's
Now he doesn't stay up too late at night. He has the same normal sleep cycle as the captain does, at least for the first 2 days that you've been on sea so far. And you've noticed if you stay up late enough when they change shifts, we'll call it, that the navigator will kind of just say, "Here's my compass, just straight this way."
okay.
It's very simple of just make sure that the compass is always facing this way. And he gives you the option to, the first mate will let you steer for a little bit if you chose to do that, but not for too long because they don't want to get too off track. But
It makes me think of Dwight.
At what point in time?
When they go on the booze
When they
cruise.
go on
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Goes,
Yeah. They have to tie him down.
keep her straight. And it's just a fake
It's
wheel.
the fake wheel.
It's a fake wheel. She's so excited.
Yeah. So another point is the not back half of the ship. There's a large mast and crow's nest in the middle of the ship, and then the back 20 or so feet of the ship is actually there are stairs that lead up to a larger platform where the steering wheel is of the ship. So it sits up higher so the captain can see more as he's steering the ship and whatnot. So that the back quarter of the ship or whatever is actually a raised platform, and it actually stands about 15 to 20 feet in the air, the stairs that go up to it. And you see that there are doors that lead down to the lower decks, and one to the captain's quarters that are present on either side of those stairs.
When we were setting sail, or even before that, did we get the name of the ship?
No, I didn't give the ship a name.
Okay.
So it didn't have any overt markings. The one thing that you notice is a lot of the cargo does have the signs on it, like the symbols, the markings on a lot of the crates. Everyone can make a history check, actually.
Well, that was a nat 20, but it rolled out of the thing.
Oh.
15.
15 as well. Also, I'd like to think that this is what Hadvar is feeling right now.
Nice. I like it.
That was a 14 for me.
Okay, you guys are not so familiar with it. You don't know where what it's legitimately linked to, but you know whatever organization these crates are signed as, they are from the continent of Viribus, which is a mostly human-controlled continent to the south.
Oh. Not like out of character. Viribus is where the evil campaign was taking place, yes?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
But Baron Tamura and Hadvar aren't familiar enough to know what organization these crates are associated with. You just know that the way that it's painted gives that air of the southern continent, that culture.
We're not picking up any like weird devil or demon vibe from it, though. Okay. All right. Cool.
No, nothing like that. Everything is fairly routine.
Tiles like just.
Oh, sorry. Kaz walked down. I was giving her the.
Yes.
So you guys.
I thought he was doing that because he's secretly a fiend.
Oh no.
I was like.
Slowly making his way there. You don't know yet.
Hi, Cass.
Oh, they said hi. And I'd like to say, for the moment I got on this boat, I turned Atari into a parrot, and I've been standing at the bow of the ship with one leg up, just kind of like.
We'll say that you moved to like a smaller barrel so that you could like rest your knee on it, so that you can have this like pseudo.
Yeah. I'm just kind of like onward. I've even like used my minor illusion to create like one of those really long like. Things.
Which it does nothing because it's just an illusion, but you feel good about it, and the wind coming off the ship is blowing the feather in your large captain's hat around, and it's a good feeling to be out on the salt air.
Yeah,
like dancing lights around him to make him like glow.
Just like one on either shoulder and one on either hip, and it's just giving this aura around him. Yeah. So for the first 2 nights, you guys are eating a lot of seafood. You notice that a lot of the things that are prepared are actually caught from the day before. So a lot of it is just seared fish or an assortment of crustaceans that they had by catching them in nets and whatnot. Is there anything? I asked this already, but I didn't get an answer from Hadvar or Barrow really, other than asking questions. Is there anything that you guys wanted to do in the first 2 days?
I mean, really, I don't think I have much that I can do.
If you say no, I just want to be courteous to make sure that you guys as players want, if there's anything that you were looking to do or figure out.
Oh yeah. Oh no, go fishing. Yeah, I'd like to. That's a good idea, Dave. I'd like to go fishing.
Give me a performance check.
I'm gonna entice the fish to bite my hook.
Just so you know, I rolled a percentile dice, and I had set for myself 75 or below. Barrow is fine and okay with the food. Anything above that, and he's not digging it, and sick. I rolled a 75 exactly.
Oh, close.
Yes.
Close.
So he's kind of like, eh.
You feel your stomach churning, but nothing ever actually comes up. Like every time you eat, you have that really tight, sick feeling where you almost feel like achy in your arms, but nothing ever actually comes up.
Yeah, Barrow's definitely more of a land food type of guy.
Sure. What was your performance check, Hadvar?
I got an 11.
You catch one fish.
Yes.
It is 1 foot long,
Oh.
and they prepare it for you, and it's all right. It's pretty bland. There's not a lot of flavor to it, but you feel slightly accomplished.
Prestidigitation. I'm gonna flavor up my food.
Salty it up. Very nice. I like it.
A little Old Bay seasoning.
Oh, that's fantastic. Like the meme. I like it. Yeah, perfect.
You know what? I'll help Barrow out as well because he didn't look like he was enjoying his food.
Sure. So you season it to maybe taste a little more hearty, like like some of the land animals.
Thanks.
So,
That's
on the third night, you guys go to sleep, and the boat has hit choppier waters, and it's a little harder to actually find respite and relaxation this night. Eventually, you do all go to sleep, and you are all racked with fairly terrible nightmares. Flashes of people that you're familiar with, but most of their skin is just missing, and you can see the bone underneath. Seeing your friends start to decay in front of you as they're just carrying on normal conversations. And towards the end of this dream, you see someone familiar to you two, Barrow and Amora. Hadvar, you have not seen this individual before. It is a large and horrifying creature with gray, leathery skin. His oversized, bald head and bulging eyes pierce into you. He opens a mouth full of fangs and spreads his arms wide. You can see bones protruding at all the angles of his body. His large, pointed ears twitch as he curls into a smile. As he spreads his arm, you can see that in the middle of his chest is a bare rib cage where there's no skin. And in the middle of his rib cage is a black void of just nothing. It's just a pit. The creature speaks to each of you. Barrow and Amora, this is the creature that is in the castle that you've seen before. And you hear him speak to you. You killed the master's hierophants. You will not make it back. We have been watching you. You will die this night. And you are all woken up at the sound of lightning and thunder.
You've killed what?
Thunder.
the master's hierophants.
That
Those were the almost like the ring wraith looking things, right?
Yeah, but with the really long opened jaws and no eyes and everything, and they had that big cloud as you were guys coming to.
You weren't there for that fight, Kyle. I mean, Hadvar was, but you.
Oh yeah.
It was scary as shit, dude. It was creepy.
Why do I not?
They were like
this?
sucking like our life force out and stuff.
was that after we left with the group of Fae?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. There was this large cloud that followed them, and they ran up, and there was a whole horde of zombies there, and they were picking people up, and they would just kind of and suck life from people, and you would just see their insides just kind of cave in, and they would just turn, like their skin would pull so tight against their bones there was like nothing left, and they would just fall.
Neat.
Those were his hierophants that he's talking to. But you wake up after this nightmare, and you can hear rain slamming down on top of the ship, and you notice that the boat is jarring a lot more than it had been.
I feel like I would scream and like throw my hand to help, like trying to protect or trying if they were coming near.
Each of you wake. You're in the same room. What you're given are actually hammocks. There aren't any beds on this ship, and you're all below decks. And you all sit up and you look around at each other, and you can see each other, and you're all covered in sweat. And you can hear some yelling from up top.
I'm going to move immediately. I'm going to look at them and just like, kind of like we just woke up late for work and just
Oh!
jump up out of bed, grab my stuff, make sure I have everything, and head topside.
So it takes you guys about 5 or so minutes, like don all of your stuff.
I feel like Nora would like spin.
Oh, in the hammock.
Oh, wait. Oh, okay. I think I survived. That was an 18.
So if you guys want to get ready and head upstairs, you can do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do that.
Titan actually is nowhere in the room.
Titan!
Okay.
You actually call out to him. As you guys are getting ready, you hear this coming down the stairs, and he was up top. He's covered in water, and you hear him whine a couple times and bark at you.
What are you doing out there? And I try to like find a sheet or something, or try to dry him off and try to tell him.
You can see he's restless, and every time you try to like touch him, he like kind of hunkers away, and he's like kind of insistent. He whines.
Is Jimmy in the well?
He runs back upstairs.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna go.
So you guys all make your way topside, and the sky itself is actually relatively well lit, as the clouds are very sparse, but for where they are, they're extremely condensed, and there are these odd pockets of rain that are occurring. So it's not covering the sky at all. The most concerning thing is a black fog rolling in off of the water, coming towards the boat.
So this is a question from Brandon for Brandon. Looking up into the sky, is there any sort of like large white face-looking thing with black eyes and maybe another ship off in the distance type of deal?
No.
Okay. All right. Just wanted to make
Dope, though, if that would have been the case, but this is a very far away from that.
Okay.
So what's interesting is that these clouds are not moving in any natural pattern. A nature check isn't even needed for this. It's not normal to see what's occurring, as these clouds are actually starting to rotate and start to touch and come together. And this black fog starts rolling closer to the ship. What would you guys like to do as this ship starts to be enveloped by this storm?
Well, geez.
Is the captain out there?
No, but the first mate is over at the helm, the actual wheel, and you can see the navigator next to him yelling at him, pointing at his compass, but you can only catch every few words because of the rain coming down so hard.
So we would assume that Baron Tamura would know this is similar to what we've already seen. This is not natural. This is very similar to what we've seen in the field when we were.
No, the clouds aren't the same as that, but the black fog kind of reminds you of something similar to that. But it's on the water, as it's like kind of slowly coming in and starting to surround the ship.
So I'm gonna run to the navigator.
Yeah, I'm going up there too.
You guys go up to the back.
Yeah, so I'm gonna, since I've been spending some time with him, I'm gonna ask him, like, have you ever seen anything like this before?
Says, no, we've not seen anything like this in all of our days of sailing. Something isn't right. And he keeps screaming at the first mate that's trying to hold the wheel, and you can see the wheel is actually pulling him as he's using all of his strength to just try and keep this thing straight, and the boat just keeps rocking over and over with these waves that are pounding the ship. You can see a lot of things on the front of the deck start sliding around. The things that weren't so tightly knotted down actually became loose and start rolling all over the place.
Somebody didn't secure for C correctly.
I'm going to grab the wheel and try and help him pull in the direction that he's trying to pull.
Sure, go ahead and make a strength check.
What is all the fucking 15s? Jeez. That's just a straight 15. Unless you'll allow me to use athletics.
This isn't so much an athletic feat as it is just trying to hold something in place.
Fair enough.
But you are able to secure it a little more. You can see that the wheel it almost feels like it's locked in place. As you're pulling down with him, it starts to budge just a little bit, but you get to a point where it just kind of stops and it starts moving back, and then you're able to just kind of hold it still with him. As he was using both hands, it was kind of turning him. You're at least able to secure that for the moment.
It's Titan.
He's up there with you at this point. He was.
Go wake the captain. Go, Titan. Go wake. Boy, you could go wake the captain.
He runs down and he starts barking as loud as he can at the captain's door. So he's off doing that.
Do you guys have you been trained in fighting?
Who are you asking? The navigator?
Both of them, first mate and navigator.
They both kind of like look at each other. And, no. Should we be? What is happening? What do you know of this?
Well, it doesn't look natural, and I would assume where things don't look natural, bad things are coming.
You there? And he looks down, and a couple of the crew members start coming out. Says, "Go to the front. See what's going on down there." And you see him run to the front of the ship.
Take weapons.
They all carry like a saber. The crew members, they are armed, but the navigator and the first mate are not.
Interesting. Okay.
Titan's barking, the rain is slamming down, and I'd like everyone to make a perception check, please.
Can I give myself guidance on that?
Sure.
I don't see a damn thing.
Oh boy, all right.
Well, that's not a 6.
Okay. It's hard to see through the game.
27.
Okay. Wow.
18.
Okay, Hadvar. For Barrow and Amora, you guys are trying to look through this rain, and the black fog is actually starting to come up out of the water and spill into the boat. Hadvar, you're able to see through this fog, just barely, as you see a large, webbed and clawed hand climb out and put its hands on the front of the ship where this guy is looking over, trying to look into the water. You see this thing kind of reaching up next to him.
Okay, so the shield that we used that I had, the vine whip things.
Yes.
Can I use those? They don't do damage.
No.
And there was 3 guys that ran up there to look.
Just one.
Oh. How often do I get to use these shield things? I didn't write that down.
Each one is once a day.
All right. I'm just going to use, how far away is he from me?
You're still on the back where the steering wheel and all that is.
No,
and
I
the
was
ship
at the front.
Oh, you went to the front as well?
I was always at the front.
Oh, you did say that. I apologize. So he comes up with you.
Okay.
I would have given you advantage on that perception check if I had remembered that. I apologize, but you rolled high enough to see it anyway. You see him looking over, and then you see these webbed hands as you see this head of something start to emerge. And he's only 5 feet from you at the moment.
How big are we talking here? I realize
like
you can't see it, but like, yeah. Like, is this normal humanoid sized, or is this like really big?
The hand itself actually is a humanoid size, but the webbing actually comes up and like flanges outward into claws, and the webbing is almost like atop his fingers.
Yeah. All right.
Deal.
I see his face, or do I just see the shape?
You see the head start to rise up as he's like starting to climb, and you see like spikes, almost like bone protrusions, coming down either side of his head.
And he doesn't look like he's here to just like, chat.
That's up to you. You can talk to him if you'd like.
Does he look like really angry? I don't care. Nope. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna use
Bailey's from Shoe.
I'm just gonna use my staff of lightning and just kind of like
and just stab him. Go ahead and make an attack roll.
Natural 20.
Nice.
Go ahead and roll damage for it. If you're just using it as a melee weapon, give me a D8 plus your strength.
So that's going to be doubling the dice, right?
Yep.
So math is hard. 23.
23. All right, very good. You stab into the hand and you hear this.
Very good acting. Very good. Great job.
You hear this long gasping sound. Oh gosh.
You.
You hear him like inhale as he starts to emerge over the top of the ship. Oh man, that was rough. His mouth is actually impossibly long. On a regular human, the jaw would even come down to the diaphragm. As his mouth is this far open, you see the top of his head is folded skin over and over and over again. But it's almost like when someone is obese and then lost like all of their weight and they just have rolls of skin.
Ooh.
Just like loose skin. He has loose skin just kind of fitting all over him, and you see his mouth just grow impossibly wide as he starts to come over the ship and into the boat. You see his arms are also just bones with skin hanging off. You can see his rib cage underneath his skin, but like where his organs would have been, like his stomach, his spleen, his intestines, his body just kind of caves into almost nothing and then comes back out where the pelvis is. Literally just skin and bones.
Would I have the opportunity to use the Shield Master? Because it says if I take the attack action on my turn, I can use my bonus action to try to shove a creature within 5 feet of me with my shield.
Sure.
So can I also just attempt to do that shove 5 feet backwards? And that's just going to be another strength, and that's a natural 1. So
as he's coming up and you try to hit him, he grabs your shield. He goes, and he starts to like open his mouth towards you. Let's roll initiative at this point. What'd you get, Hadvar?
14.
Okay. Barrow?
That would be 17.
Okay. And Mora?
22.
All right.
Nice. We don't see any other creatures other than this one so far?
So far.
Have we
I'm sorry, Barrow and Hadvar. What'd you get again?
17.
Okay. Barrow, then Hadvar. Cool. And then... All right. As he's moving forward towards you, Hadvar, he does bite onto your shoulder with his large open mouth as it encompasses the entire chest area. Or he's going to try to bite you, I should say. That is a 20 to hit.
Damn. Yeah, that'll do it. Oh, shoot. I get 1 additional crit die because I'm an orc.
Attack on the damage. That's fine.
So that would be 4 more damage.
Okay. Let me write that down.
Sorry.
It's all right.
You didn't have to let me do that. I should know my character.
It's a race feature. It's awesome. You take 3 piercing damage.
Ouch.
And 19 points of necrotic damage.
Oh, shit. Okay, yeah.
Oh.
As he bites into you, it's not the teeth that sink in. Actually, his teeth are like very, very small. Like human teeth have this squared shape to them. His are almost rounded and completely spaced out. He has maybe half as many teeth as a normal human. And as he sinks into you, it's not so much the piercing that hurts, but whatever he exhales into those wounds, you feel course straight into your chest, and this pain racks you. So now that first round is over, Amora will go at the top of the initiative. It is your turn.
I'm sorry, how much was that? That was 3 and what?
22 total.
Okay.
Wow.
Ooh.
Wow.
All right, so don't get hit by these fuckers.
Yeah, wow.
And so is he? And how? So he's actually holding on to Hadvar in front of the ship.
Hang on.
Not holding on to him, I don't think. Is he?
What's this? What? No, he's not like holding on to Hadvar. He doesn't have him grappled or anything.
You know what? I'm gonna expend the spell slot and hit him with Hellish Rebuke.
All right, go ahead.
Do it.
It's a great spell.
Let me double check that. I'm sorry, I should have this out. I'm not used to having so many reactions. Okay, it's got to make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay.
Needs to hit a 15.
It's a 13. He does not save.
Nice.
I will say when you stab into him, by the way, when you felt your staff go through his skin, nothing came out, no blood or anything. And it was almost like punching through parchment. Just kind of poked the hole in it. There was nothing of substance that was really hit. And you see him just kind of... It hurt him, but maybe not so much as it should.
Okay. Well, this is... He's going to be wreathed in hellish flames and take a total of 15 fire damage.
Perfect. And you see, as you cast the Hellish Rebuke, as he bites you, you kind of throw him off and cast this as blue flames leap from your hands and starts curling around him. His mouth opens up even wider as he kind of falls into the boat and writhes for a second and stands up. You see his eyes open wide as he starts to try and bite at you again. Amora, it is your turn.
Okay.
And you are... This is our little boat.
Oh.
This is you, Amora.
Yes. And where is...
How far away are we?
That boat is
That's
thick.
them.
Yeah, isn't it? It's a fat boat.
It's a fat boat. Oh.
Yeah,
I think it's called the Acorn.
yeah. It's a nice boat. I like my boat.
Sorry.
The distance, Amora, that you are at the moment, 5, 10... 70 feet away. Now, you have your movement. You can go down the stairs to get to the bottom level if you would like. Or you can stay up top and throw spells.
Can I get... Am I on the edge?
Of
The first... Or can I get 10 feet closer without having to go down?
yes. Yes, you can do that exactly. And as you move forward, you still hear Titan barking just underneath you, and the door to the captain's quarters is still closed.
So
Shit.
I'm going to quicken Fairy Fire
Okay.
and do Fairy Fire.
I think, doesn't Fairy Fire just happen?
Yes.
She's
No.
rolling for wild magic.
No. That's a 7. I'm good because it's 5, isn't it?
Yep, 5 and below.
Oh. I was like, what?
I'm like,
No. So I'm gonna.
I was with you, Kyle, and I was very confused.
Yeah, because it's a first level spell.
Yep.
And then.
And where are you casting that?
I want to. So since
It's a 60-foot range, correct?
60 foot and a 60-foot range and a 20-foot cube. And everybody's got to make a dexterity saving throw or be outlined.
So I want to try to get it so it's far enough back that it's just hitting him and not Hadvar. Like I want to try to cast it.
Sure. So he's just going to be the only one to make the save. So you're casting it on like the front of the ship almost.
Yes. So the very front of the ship.
You said it's a 20-foot cube?
Yeah, 20.
Yeah, 24. 24 cube.
So 20. 5, 10, 15, 20, 5. All right. So you cast it just off the front in the air, and he made a dex save of 19.
Ooh.
My spell save is 19.
So he saves.
Okay.
So he is unaffected at all, I take it?
Any creature in the area is also outlined in light if it fails a dex save. Any attack roll, I think, yeah, he's
fine.
Not affected.
Okay, so you see the fairy fire take effect, and a large cube of green light kind of starts to emanate from a small point and billow out. And you see him look over and go, "Ah!" And as he puts his hands out, you see the smoke that's curling onto the boat kind of come up his body and off of his large webbed fingers and kind of encompass the fairy fire, and the spell fades. Would you like to take any bonus or extra move?
Oh yeah, because I quickened, so I'm just going to throw a fire bolt.
Very good. Make an attack.
At him. 18.
18 hits. Go ahead and roll your damage, which is now 3.
3d10. Four. 14.
13?
14.
Oh, 14. Okay. Very good.
And I just want to, I want to pull out my staff.
Okay.
I just want to have my staff in the hands, and I want to run down and check on the captain. Well, I don't have whatever movement I can get towards there.
You got to the bottom of the stairs.
Okay.
It is now his turn. As he looks at the shipmate that's right next to the two of you, he looks over and just raises a hand and goes, "Ah!" and just claws this guy's face, or is going to attempt to.
Disadvantage with my shield. Use.
Oh, you're going to give him disadvantage?
Yeah. I have the shield thingy where I'm like, I have a shield. I protect people.
Yeah. With disadvantage, it's a 21 to hit.
Holy sh!
I rolled pretty good. So.
Sorry, bro. I tried to help you out.
Whew. You see his webbed talons sink into this guy's chest as he picks him up off the ground. You see he still has a smidgen of life left in him as he starts gasping, and you can see blood coming out of his mouth. The creature lifts him up and tries to bite him. And we'll see if that bite is successful. Yes, that bite will be successful. I don't have to roll for damage. You see this creature lift him up and just chomp onto this guy's face and rip the whole front bone, muscle, and skin off the face, just leaving the back half of his head as he throws him into the water and turns towards you, Hadvar.
Yeah, I don't know, guys. We should maybe think about running away from this encounter.
Yeah.
We can't. All right.
So, Barrow, it is your turn.
Cool. Am I able to move so that I am within 30 feet of Dude Man?
Let me see. 5, 10. How much feet? How far can you move?
25.
Oh. 5, 10, 15, 20. He is 35 feet away from you. That's not true. He would have stepped forward to make that attack. He is exactly 30 feet from you.
Excellent. So I'm gonna move to there, and I'm gonna step up, and I'm gonna look up, and I'm gonna say, "This guy looks like he's really gonna hurt." You help us out here and make it not hurt so much. And then I'm just going to reach out my hand and point it at him. And I'm going to cast Bane.
Hey! Pharaoh casted Bane. Very good. And that's a save, yes?
Charisma saving throw, yes.
Charisma? Oh, come on, man.
You're ecstatic.
It's a natural 15 minus 2, so 13.
That is not gonna do it. Where is that?
Spell save. Should be your wisdom modifier.
I have this somewhere.
8 plus your proficiency plus your wisdom modifier.
No, so 15.
It's a 15 save?
Yes.
Okay, so I rolled a 15 minus 2, so he fails. He is now baned.
Nice.
The ranger that casts Bane.
Wait a minute.
And then I'm gonna shout out to Hadvar. Hang on, buddy, we're coming. And I'm gonna extend my hand again and cast Healing Word on him.
Okay, go ahead and go ahead and roll however much healing he gets.
That is a 7.
Yay!
All right, Hadvar, you gain 7 points of health, and as you do that, you both notice that as this gaunt, famished, emaciated creature, when he sees you get healed, you see his eyes get even wider and his mouth drop even lower, and his pupils almost encompass the entirety of his eye socket.
Awesome.
Just so you know. Hadvar.
And then
Oh,
right.
if I
Oh,
can,
what was Titan gonna do?
I was gonna say I'm gonna use a free action and just say, Scythe, get over here.
He has 40 feet.
Yeah.
You want him next to you?
Yep.
He stands in front of you. You're next to the center mast, and you kind of steadied yourself on it, and you were casting these spells with your other hand.
Cool.
Just so you have a reference point. You're in like the middle of the ship as it's tossing and turning.
Cool.
Hadvar, it is your turn.
All right. So I'm going to cast Toll the Dead on him.
Okay.
He has disadvantage because of my undercut strikes from last turn. Every time I do damage to him, until the end of my next turn, he has disadvantage. And then Bane does minus D4 on that as well.
Yep.
Oh, he does get a yeah. Let me get a D4. I didn't have any of those ready.
So, good setup. I like that.
Yeah.
And then, I get to use my D12.
And what kind of save is this? Wisdom?
Wisdom.
That's a 6.
He's gonna fail.
Okay, so he takes full damage.
Oh, that's really good. That is a 9, 10, and an 11. So that is 30 points of damage, necrotic damage.
And as you kind of put your shield up and you have your staff in your hand,
Yeah.
you kind of point your staff over at him and strike the shield, and you hear this doom. And you see him just start screaming as he like holds his head for a second. He takes all of that. How much was it again?
30.
30. Nice.
And then I'm going to bonus action. I'm going to hit him with the shield again.
Sure.
Try to push him back 5 feet.
Can you read the... Now, you're making a shove attack action, right? About a bonus action?
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, make an attack roll.
That is going to be plus... Where's my shield? What do I do for my... I guess I had proficiency, so it's just my strength plus
Strength
proficiency?
and proficiency, absolutely.
Okay, so it's going to be 28 to hit.
That definitely hits. So as this... Now, you roll damage because of the shield being what it is, correct?
Yes.
Go ahead.
That's going to be 11 more points of piercing damage, I believe, because of the spikes.
And the spikes sink into him as they protrude from the shield for a second. Chunk. And again, just like when you stabbed him with the shield, they just kind of pierce through this leathery, empty skin, not doing quite as much damage as you'd hope.
Am I getting the idea that, like, bludgeoning and piercing damage, because that's what I hit him with so far, they're just
You
not,
did 2
even
piercing
though
attacks, technically. Because the end of your spear is kind of sharp and pointed, that thunder, the lightning. So when you stab with your spear, I would consider that a piercing attack.
Okay, that's fair. But it is magical. Does that count?
Irrelevant.
Okay. Cool. So that was okay. And then does he get pushed back 5 feet?
Yeah, I'll say that he slams into the boat, and I'll give him a little extra damage because of your strength modifier being so high. And you hear a couple of his bones in his spine snap as he hits the railing.
Okay. Basically, what I want to be able to do is back up 30 feet without provoking an opportunity attack.
You want to like push and back up at the same time, kind of a deal.
Yeah. That
with your strength and how hard you hit him and give that damage, I'd say you'd be able to do that. So 30 feet.
Basically, just so like I'm far enough away that he's got to use his whole turn to get to me, or more, and then
you can back up to line up with Scythe, or even further back with Barrow.
No, I'm not going to go any further back than Scythe.
Okay, so I put you back a few paces then.
Okay.
It is now the crew's.
I thought Scythe was with me.
That's what I said. Scythe is right in front of you. So I said Hadvar can either come up to Scythe or even as far back as Barrow.
I was picturing him like here.
The mast is in the way, so.
Yeah, that's fine.
You said come here,
I'm going to go Scythe. You're a good boy. And I'm going to pat him on his head.
He's snarling at this creature. You hear the low rumble coming from his throat. It is now the crew's turn. One of the guys, well, you have the navigator and the first mate still up.
And I'm sorry, I missed that. I was sneezing quite violently when this was going on. Your piercing attacks, were they doing less damage or they're doing like full damage?
Less.
Yeah, the piercing's not really doing as much. So I haven't technically done bludgeoning damage to him yet.
Good to know. Good to
And
know.
the fire damage?
That seemed okay. You see him being affected by like Toll the Dead and Hellish Rebuke. He's doing these wild animations of being struck with pain every time you do this. The crew is going to go. You see one member. The rest of them actually went down. The ones that were up top. The first mate and the navigator are still up at the top trying to steer this ship. And you see one of the other ones run over to one of the ballista, wheel it back and turn it and fire one. And we'll see who hits him.
Ace.
You see him move it around and hit the release, and you see this large bolt, probably about like a yard long, with a giant metal top, sail towards this creature and go right by him, seemingly unaffected by even the close call that it was.
Buddy. Next one will get him.
You see him, and as his bonus action, you see him start to reload as each ballista has a stack of these yard-long bolts next to them to be able to set one in and pull it back to reload.
Okay.
You all hear through this rain, well, this seems like a mighty large pickle we're in.
Yeah!
Ouch, okay.
God. I was like, wait a second, is he going to be here? Oh, yes.
So loud.
Amora heard him.
Wow. Oh, her. I thought you meant me. I was like, what? I didn't say anything to you.
Mandy was very loud. She was like very excited about it.
I have to say, this is probably so far, he's probably my favorite NPC so far.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm happy. So you hear just through the rain, you can hear, And as he's playing them, each time he accents the string, you see one magical force of energy snake off of the banjo in his direction. He casts Magic Missile as he slings. What did I cast this at? Hang on a second. So Magic Missile is a first level spell. So that's 3. You see 6 of these bolts rocket off of his banjo.
Nice.
For 21 points of damage.
Nice.
And you see Bean at the top of the stairs behind the group of Barrow Hadvar and Scythe, about 25 feet behind you all from the top of the stairs, just kind of jamming out on his banjo. Amora, it is now your turn.
And I still haven't heard the captain.
Nope.
All right, how far would it say that I am from the captain's quarters?
10 feet from his door.
I'm gonna run over and knock on his door.
Knock on it, so you bang really loudly.
And if nothing, I'm gonna open the door.
You go to open it, and it's locked. We'll consider that all of your movement to like go over, Captain, and you try the door, and nothing's happening.
Is there a keyhole or that I could try to peer through?
That would be your action to do so.
All right, well then I would try to peer through and bamf my owl in the room and look in there with my owl.
Sure. Okay, so you bamf in your owl into the room, and it goes, and it starts bouncing around. It actually takes him a little bit to bounce around and find the bed, which is this room is actually relatively lavish. It actually has a lot of nice amenities in here. The bed has these nice fluffy red comforter on top of it, and you see the captain like on the edge of the bed leaning back, and you see almost all of his skin pressed into his bones, very similar to how the Bodocs would suck the life out of people.
Yeah.
In the room.
Man, do I hate being right all the time.
But you don't see any other creatures in there. So that was your action. You still have a bonus action.
That's all my movement.
That's it? Brandon blows you a kiss too. Oh yeah, they forgot that he was even a part of this. And the first line was, "It seems like a mighty fine pickle you got yourself into," and he played his banjo. She's very happy that you guys like Victor or Vanilla Bean.
He's pretty awesome.
Yeah. So anything with your bonus action, Amora?
I'm going to, is that a bonus action? Cast Misty Step to try to get back onto the
Up top?
Yeah.
What'd you get?
4.
4. All right, so yeah, just regular wild magic table then.
Oh boy.
Ladies and gents.
Here it comes.
It's the fireball.
It's not the fireball, but I don't know where it is. Where did I put my thing?
Well, I just had my player's handbook. Here you go.
You just had it. Which one is it?
You gain resistance to all damage for the next minute.
Boom!
So you try and cast Misty Step, and you look up, and you're like, "Well, I know where the steering wheel is." And you're still there with the rain slamming down on you, but you actually don't feel the rain hitting you as hard anymore. You feel a little detached from your surroundings, almost like things aren't able to actually get to you. So that will be Amora's turn. Now it is the monster's turn. As he sees Hadvar standing before him, you see his pupils encompassing his eyes. You see him almost get excited at the fact that you were able to heal. He is going to attack you with his bite attack.
Add the D4 to that.
Yep. Or subtract a D4.
Subtract the D4, yeah. Don't add it.
-4 for 21.
21.
Ow,
Yeah.
man.
Oh, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and use my reaction and cast shield.
Smart move. As he goes to bite down, you actually see his teeth grow a little bit as he's going to bite you, and you can almost see black ooze dripping off of it. But before it actually like touches anything, it kind of dissipates into smoke. As he rakes his teeth across the magical barrier that you had set, you see he scrapes against it, and he's going to try and scratch past the shield with his claw attack.
Minus D1D4.
That's a natural
Please.
20. That is a natural 20, though.
Oh my
I rolled a
god.
natural 19 and a natural 20 on that roll.
Anthony.
So hang on, let me add. It's a 28 -4, or -3. So his claw attack does break through your shield, and he is going to try and use the webbed talons to sink into your body to grab you. You first take 12 points of slashing damage, and I need you to make a escape attempt for being grappled.
No, okay. Watch, this is where I'm gonna.
If you get a 1, I'm gonna laugh at you.
I know. Oh no. Okay, almost dropped it. All right.
So I believe you can use athletics or acrobatics to escape a grapple.
Oh, it wouldn't just be a saving throw? It's fine. I can. They're both the same number. Athletics. Oh.
Yes.
I don't know if you can see that, but that says a
2.
So 15.
The DC is 16.
Oh, man.
And you are grappled by this creature. But as he tries to bite, you see the teeth sink back in and his eyes return to normal as his turn comes to an end.
Oh, that wasn't a saving throw. Never mind. Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
Wait. So his eyes go back to normal after he made the attack, but because he didn't bite, they went back to normal. But so he's noticing.
What did I take from the bite? Or what did I take from the claw? Oh, that was 12 damage. Never mind.
That was the 12 slashing.
Okay.
It should have been 16. I apologize. Yes, Sparrow. What?
I was just asking. You're saying after he made the claw attack and then backed off, his eyes went back to normal.
We didn't back off. He's holding Hadvar now with both of his hands.
But they went back to normal.
Yep, and his teeth were sinded back to their normal length.
Interesting.
Barrow, it is your turn.
You said they're rounded off like a cartoon characters?
Yeah, kind of like round, and they're really spaced out. The teeth don't touch. There's almost like a couple inches in between each tooth.
Okay.
But for that period of time, after you healed Hadvar, you saw the teeth grow, start to drip black ichor that would dissipate into that black fog, and his eyes kind of encompass the whole thing.
Okay. Oh boy. I'm going to. Yeah. I'm gonna stay where I'm at.
Okay.
Because he's right near me, right? And where's the bad guy? I can't see if you're pointing to something.
Oh, you can't?
There we go. Okay. Yup. Yeah. I'm gonna. I'm gonna look up again, and I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna need you to light this motherfucker up. Go like this, and put my hand out, and he's gonna erupt in flames as I'm doing Sacred Flame.
Nice. Okay. It's a save, yes.
Dex save.
10.
Okay. That will be 3d8 radiant damage.
So, Barrow, as you call for aid once again and cast this spell, you reach your hands out and you see out of nothing, out of air, you see a ball of radiant fire appear, maybe just off to the left of him, coalesce and strike down and engulf the entire top half of this guy's body in flames as they kind of sizzle across his skin. For how much damage?
12 radiant damage.
All right.
If that matters.
It does. Okay, that's your action.
Yeah. 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 All right. And then I'm going to put my hand out and pat Scythe on the butt.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna be like, and I'm gonna go help Hadvar. And I'm gonna cast Sanctuary on him.
Okay.
Bonus action spell. You ward a creature within range against attack. Until the spell ends, any creature who targets the warded creature with an attack or a harmful spell must first make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
On a failed save, the creature must choose a new target or lose the attacker spell.
And you're casting that on Scythe. Correct. Okay, so Scythe moves up, and you scritch his butt for a little bit, and his leg picks up for just a second to do that little that's the spot kind of a thing. And he is sanctified.
And he is going to make a bite attack on him.
Go for it.
And because he is next to Hadvar, he gets advantage.
Yes.
Really?
2 19s. So that is
They hit.
24.
Yep.
And that is 11 piercing damage. He's not a humanoid, right? He's not. He doesn't classify as humanoid. No. Okay, I didn't think so. That's 11 piercing damage, and then you need to make a strength saving throw.
I got 19.
Minus the D4?
Not minus the D4.
Ooh.
16.
Yours is 15, isn't it?
Yours was 16.
I don't know if Titans is different.
Oh.
It might even be lower.
Yeah.
Like 12.
Wolves are usually, yeah, I think it's like 12.
Oh, yeah, it's 11.
Okay, so you see Scythe run up and grab this guy's thigh, or what would be a thigh, as you see his teeth sink through the skin and kind of rake across the bone underneath and try to pull him down. And you see this creature with a very slow moving hand just kind of push Scythe away with ease. You see that maybe he's stronger than he looks.
Okay. Speaking of how he looks, yes, he's like skin and bones, but are we getting any sort of idea that he's like hurting pretty bad or not so much. Yeah.
Hard to say. You want to see a picture of him?
We don't get an idea, or we think he's good. Oh, I don't like that.
No, that's not great.
Bring it up just a little bit more.
No.
Oh, wait, did you say we don't get an idea, or he's not very
It
hurt?
doesn't look like he's hurting all that bad as of now.
Very well. Well, in that case,
it is now the fog's turn. As we've gone through one full round. As you see the fog kind of seep into the boat and start to cover the ground, the entire top of the ship is now covered in this black fog. It's only, if you're wearing sneakers, it would only cover the sole of the shoe, but it's kind of encasing the top of the boat. And as the rain continues to beat down, you guys can see out in the water 2 plumes of this black fog kind of start to spiral upwards out of the water and start to just kind of almost like tendrils kind of wave next to the boat. Hadvar, it is your turn.
all right. Well, shit. All right. We're gonna toll the dead.
Wisdom?
Wisdom at disadvantage minus 1d4.
Oy, 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 oy. Oh, natural 1.
Yeah.
That's stuff.
Be some good stuff. That's not as good as last time. 21.
21. Very good.
And then bonus action, I'm just gonna bash him with my shield again.
Go for it.
Can I have Atari give me help on this?
Yeah, your parrot that's been sitting on your shoulder the whole time, kind of squawking at the rain. He leaps over and actually sits, trying to perch on this creature's face, trying to distract him.
All right. Well, that's going to be a 19 on the die.
Yeah, that'll hit.
All right. And then
Pushed back 5 feet.
all right. All those shield abilities are all actions, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. That's fine. And then he's going to take 9 more damage from the shield.
All right. Good stuff. Cool. It's the crew's turn. The one that's on top of the ship with the ballista is going to try and fire again. Oh, man, that took a journey. That will hit the creature.
Yeah. Nice.
Wow, that's not a lot of damage. But you see him try to roll the ballista, and he hits the release again, and you see this yard-long bolt strike the creature's thigh and kind of making him take a knee as he starts to show a little bit of wear.
Yeah.
And he stands back up. He's just wailing the whole time and holding his leg. It's in the bone. It's in the bone. Love that. All right. So that's the crew's turn. Victor, going to go?
Get him, Bean.
Well, I ain't ever seen something so ugly in my whole life. As he strums his banjo and casts Vicious Mockery.
Nice.
The creature seems unaffected. Well, shucks, I thought that was a pretty good one. Amora.
Oh,
It's your
did you
turn.
do the minus D4?
I Wait.
Isn't Vicious Mockery a...
It's a saving
I
throw.
rolled a natural 1 thinking it was for Vanilla Bean, but that was for the creature. So yes, it does affect him. My apologies. All right. So it takes a little bit of psychic damage. Nice. Oh, wait, that's more because it's... So it's actually probably double that. Yes. Yes. Love them cantrips
Yes.
at these high levels, man.
Eat it, Webby!
Yeah. Well, that ain't the ugliest thing that I've seen in my entire life. You see the creature go over and go, just like open his mouth even longer. Now it is Amora's turn.
Do I see him wrestling with Hadvar?
You see right now, you look back over after you notice that the captain is dead, and you see Hadvar slam his shield into the guy and push him 5 feet back, and then look over at the Victor Bean and just kind of just start wailing again.
Okay, I'm gonna. And I'm on the second. I'm underneath.
Yeah, you're in front of the captain's door.
Oh, I thought you said water was hitting me.
The rain.
Oh, okay. Never mind. I was thinking I was like.
I don't know what you're thinking. You're on the ship. You're being rained on, but you don't feel the rain as much after trying to cast Misty Step. You're like,
Get down here and fight this thing with your fists. You'll be fine.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna run up to the top. Well, to the same level that he's on.
Who's on?
Everybody.
Oh,
You're on that level.
yeah.
I thought.
Nope.
I thought.
Steering wheel's up here. Captain's quarters right underneath of it. Main deck, that's what we're fighting on. And then there are stairs that go down underneath.
I misunderstood because I thought I was below the deck. That's
No.
why I was like, why
Nope.
is rain hitting me when I'm down here?
Nope.
I'm sorry. That's I misunderstood.
All good. All good. We're good now.
I'm going to run as fast as I can to said creature and hit him with 2 hands with my staff and cast.
You are 30 feet away. So, yeah, you make it there. You're 30 feet away, so you actually make it there, running up with your staff.
And I'm going to hit him with my staff and cast Booming Blade.
Go ahead and roll your wild magic.
Wait, what?
Wow.
Is that a...
That's
No, it's a cantrip.
Oh, very good. All right, Booming Blade. What?
Wow.
That attack. Make that attack.
What? This is a strength... oh, no, it's a spell melee attack, isn't
It's
it?
a spell attack, yeah.
Or is it a...
I have to hit
With a melee attack.
with a melee attack.
So this is...
No.
Strength attack, yeah.
So as part of casting this spell, you must make a melee attack
melee
with a
attack.
weapon.
Not a melee spell attack, a melee attack.
I've been doing that wrong in my other game.
And I don't think that's going to hit because that's a 14.
Well, let me make sure that stabs aren't finesse weapons. I don't think they are.
Yeah,
No, they're not. They're not finesse at all.
No.
Yeah, I was trying to help you. Where is it? What's it called? Oh, quarterstaff. Yeah, just a versatile weapon. So you go to strike him, and you see the arcane force start to kind of bow in front of, like, almost creating a wind tunnel as you're slamming down, and he looks over at you and kind of pushes your elbow, and the staff strikes the ground, and the spell fails.
Excellent!
Ah, I'm going to Misty Step the fuck back.
All right. Now roll your wild magic attempt. See if that...
14.
Okay. So 30 feet back to in front of the captain's quarters.
Ah!
You may want to move just a little bit back.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh.
They can't see you, but like if I go like this, they may be able to.
You're see, we have both of you on the same screen, so Anthony, you're just like this. We can't see anything.
Yeah, it's like literally this much from your ear when you were leaning.
Oh.
Am I still in frame?
Yeah, for me.
You're sort of cut off.
Am I still in frame?
It's cut
Like
off.
I can see Jen's knee. I think that's her knee. Yep, there it goes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now the way we're set up, you guys.
I see feet.
What's doing?
All right. Anywho, yep. You vanish 30 feet back. Did you take a picture?
Yeah.
Oh, it's like zoomed in pretty good for me.
You know why? Because I'm recording the session. It enhances everything a little bit.
I was gonna say because even Kyle's face is zoomed in compared to my screen. Like I can see more of Kyle's background.
What do you mean? It's normal.
Oh man.
That stash. Give it to me.
So good.
All right, so Amora, that's your turn. It is now the creature's turn. It has Scythe and Hadvar in front of him. Yeah, Hadvar, he's gonna come back at you and try to attack again.
Bring it on, bucko.
He doesn't like the fact that you've been hitting him so hard. Minus a D4. 22 to hit.
What?
I haven't rolled under 15 for any of his attacks yet.
I don't understand.
All right, hold on. I've got to make. Hold on. You said 22?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm shielding again.
Okay. As he goes to claw, shink, it goes over the top of that arcane barrier, and he looks at you and he's going to try to bite through it. What is that number? Oh, okay. Plus. -4. 23.
God, meats.
Oh,
I'm really sorry, buddy. I tried here. I don't know what.
that was a natural 16. All right, so he does successfully bite you. For 19 total, 17 of which was necrotic energy. As his teeth sink into you again, as he's trying to like rip pieces of your armor off so he can get underneath and start biting your flesh. You can feel the pressure crushing down on you each time.
I'm going to go ahead and, as a second level spell, Hellish Rebuke.
Very good.
Get it. Disadvantage on the dexterity saving throw minus D4.
I got a 3 and a 2 minus 2, so 0.
All right. So that's not terrible-ish. 18.
Okay. 18 points of cold damage, I think, right?
No, it's fire. Hellish Rebuke.
Pretty sure that's ice.
Nope, it's fire.
Ah.
Only when holy cow. It's been so long that I can't even remember what her name is.
Fire
Jester,
damage.
Laura Bailey.
Jester, yes. Jester got a special thing from Mercer because she's a blue-skinned tiefling that she changed the damage from fire to cold or ice.
There is, I think.
What's his name?
You're thinking of the armor of
Agathis.
Hadar.
Maybe. Yeah.
Yes.
Or armor of Agathis. Armor of Agathis.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
But Jester's was changed by Mercer.
Yeah.
There
Armor
was
of
something
Agathis
that I read in
wanted,
Hellish
'cause
Rebuke,
that
and I
would
think
be
it's
really
a class. It's either a race or a class feature that it does change to ice, and it's not. It has nothing to do with Critical Role. I don't know where. It's either in Xanathar's or something that I. Whatever. Irrelevant. All right. Cool. So how much was that again?
That was 18. That was less when I rolled 2D. Oh. Never mind. Hellish Rebuke is D10. Never mind.
Yeah. Okay, very good.
I thought I rolled the wrong dice.
So that was its turn. Barrow.
I'm going to. Yeah.
Oh, wait. Oh, never mind. That wasn't my turn. That was my reaction. Gotcha.
It was.
Yeah. The fire thing, that was pretty cool. Can we do that again?
Oh.
And that is dexterity saving throw minus a d4.
Is this still a disadvantage or anything?
No, that's just mine.
Okay. 4.
That is not going to do it.
So go ahead and roll that damage. So again, you cast this sacred flame spell, and just above him, out of the ether, you see this ball of light form and strike down onto the back of his neck and engulf the whole front of his body in flames as they start to sizzle and pop the skin in these little pockets of overlapping flesh.
Yes. 15 radiant damage.
Yum yum.
And then I am going to reach out my hand
In touch base.
and say, hey, Advar, sorry this took a little bit. I'm still working the kinks out. And I'm going to cast Sanctuary on Hadvar as well.
Very good. Is that concentration?
Nope.
Very good. So Sanctuary cast on...
Baller spell.
Yeah, dope. So Sanctuary cast on Hadvar and Scythe. Where's my... Oh, there it is. Bingo.
So what is that? What does that mean? He just
If I want to attack you, I have to make a wisdom save, and if I fail, I can pick a new target for the attack.
And then I am going to move backwards 25 feet.
You want to go up the stairs?
Sure. So that I can still see what's going on, but I'm away from the action.
Are we perceiving the smoke at this point?
That's happening in a moment.
You guys are so off right now. Like, Brandon, you just talked in slow motion for the last 30 seconds, and then Anthony, you talked like. So,
I don't know what to tell you. I don't know how to fix that.
Did it normalize? Is it fine now?
Yeah, it's fine now. It worked itself out, I guess.
That's cool. All right. Good enough. As you're running backwards, you see Bean at the top of the stairs. Yeah, much obliged. And he stands aside for you as you walk past him, just off to the side so you can look down.
Cool. And then I'm gonna shout to Scythe. Man, I should have come up with a command word for this. Hang on.
I did think of a really fun phrase for someone to yell at Bean, and I'll have to post it because I don't, or unless I think of something to yell this at him. But
all right.
Pyros! I'm gonna shout that to Scythe, and he is going to use his 30-foot breath weapon in fire on this dude.
What?
You gave him a 30-foot breath weapon.
Oh, from the temple.
Yeah.
Oh, man, I forgot about that.
oh my god!
Oh. Cool. All right, so I have to make a save, right?
I believe so. All you told me was that it was a breath weapon. Is it like dragon's breath?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a dex save then.
Yes, dexterity saving throw.
I got it too, so.
Wow. So, okay, let me get this straight. You are whiffing the saves here, but when you're attacking us, you're like, hey, let me just knock this shit right
It's all offense, man. Nobody has any defense in this right now. The only thing that stopped his attacks is this shield spell.
Okay. All right. So that's going to be 3d6 fire attack.
Wait, what level did you give it to him as?
It's normal, so 3d6
Hey, I would assume it's a
base level.
yeah. Not great. 8. Damn.
It's so when you give this command word and you see him bark and kind of hold it and like howl, you see this line of arcane energy kind of rope out and slam down on him, and you see this shower of snowflakes actually come off of this creature. As it's almost like a snowstorm. As he howls, you can see like the fog in his breath kind of make this cloud and then slam down onto this creature in this puff of little snow effect. So how much was that? It's actually cold damage.
Wait, cold damage?
For Sife's breath weapon, yes.
No, it said that I can choose fire, water, earth, or air.
Yes. I thought you said cold, no? Like
no,
water?
Fire.
Oh, fire. My bad.
Pyros. I was going for some sort of something. I should have done like Dracaris or something like that.
All good. All right, so Barrow's turn is over. It is the fog's turn. As you see the tendrils start to move a little faster and whip down, there was 5 of them. 3 of them are only close enough to do anything to the boat at this point in time. I need Amora, a crew member, and Hadvar to make dexterity saving throws.
That's not good. I'm going to use my Indomitable here.
All right.
And re-roll it. That's much better.
What'd you get?
17.
Okay.
Unnatural 20.
All right. You both take half damage.
Do I take half of half?
Why?
I'm resistant on all.
Resistant to all damage.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. If you're resistant to all damage for a minute, you're only going to take half of this.
Okay.
Which is 15. So you would only take 7. Hadvar, you take 15. And neither of you are grappled. However, the crew member is restrained. I'm sorry, not grappled, restrained. As this black tendril kind of whips around and engulfs him and squeezes. The black fog starts to rise a little more on the ship. And you all take 3 points of necrotic damage. For not Barrow. And not Victor Bean. But everyone else takes 3 points of necrotic damage. 1 point for you, Amora.
Do we intuit that this black fog and the tendril things are tied directly to whatever this creature is?
Okay. I mean, it's all happening at the same time. It's all present.
Right.
It doesn't seem like he's commanding them in any respect.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, that happens. Hadvar, it is your turn.
Okay.
He is starting to look bad. A lot of the piercing and a lot of the tearing and biting and pushing and slamming. You can see the sloughs of his skin start to like hang off where you can see the bone underneath. And in between his bones, you can see just black void. It's not like you can see through to the other side. It's almost like this black fog that you see on the ground is kind of holding his bone structure in place.
Yeah, I'm just going to have to toll the dead again.
Right. Make that whiz save. Natural 1.
That's going to
And I'm
be
using different dice.
19 points of damage.
This is wild.
And then I'm going to use my bonus action, and I'm going to hate myself for this. So I'm going to get them all turned on again.
Okay.
I'm going to use my bonus action to Oh! Forgot. I'm going to bonus action. I'm going to second wind.
Okay.
I gain 15 life.
So as you thrum the side of your shield and he starts to wail, as you take your second one and give this, he looks at you again and you see his eyes kind of go black again and his mouth open up and you see him have a re-energized purpose.
Well, that was a bad idea. And then I'm going to action surge.
Ooh, nice. Okay.
Does he seem to be in better health when this happens?
It's hard to say since there's not a lot to him.
Right.
And then I'm going to activate my shield and blast him with the fire magic missile.
Cool. Do it. As you guys see Hadvar kind of lower the staff of thunder and lightning, you see him kind of almost rest his forehead against the edge of the shield and mutter something. And you see off the front of it, these sigils just start to flash. And off of it spreads these, very similar to what Vanilla Bean cast, but you see they're streaks of fire instead of just arcane force.
It's going to be 20 points of fire.
Nice. Very nice. All right. Math. Okay.
So that one got used today.
Dope.
Check that one off.
It is the crew's turn. The only assisting member is restrained. He will try to break that. He does not. And he takes another 11 points of necrotic damage as you see him in being restrained. He is constricted, and you see the smoke just kind of dissipate around him as his body crumples to the deck.
To the dead. Wait, did you say to the dead?
Deck. The deck of the ship. He just crumples to the
dead.
deck. Unconscious.
The deck.
I thought you said he just crumples to the dead. What?
I mean,
He does.
nothing's done perhaps, but he is unconscious at the moment. Victor is going to go now as he plays his banjo. Perhaps he's feeling a little too warm with all this fire around him. Let's cool him off. As you see him play, a skeletal hand emerges from the banjo and starts floating towards this. And you can see it's leaving a trail of sorry, our cats were fighting. You see it leaving a trail of frost in the air as it tries to grab like underneath the rib cage of this creature. He's going to make a spell attack as he casts Chill Touch. What is your spell attack? +9. Yeah, it is. Good grief, Vanilla Bean. Man's no joke.
Roll that beautiful bean freeze. There we go.
Good. It's fitting. $23 points of cold damage from Chill Touch.
My shoes for that.
Cool. And Victor is actually going to move to the edge of the ship. No, that would be silly. He would not do that. He's going to move next to the steering wheel, just behind you, Barrow. Okay, Amora. It is your turn. And you see this creature with kind of this re-energized purpose as he sees Hadvar kind of heal himself. You see the eyes kind of go black. They enlarge and go black, and you see the teeth elongate and start to drip this black fog as it kind of dissipates as it's about to fall out of his elongated mouth.
So I have a question for you, the DM. So if I were, is my resistance, is that concentration?
No.
That's just something.
It's something that happens.
Okay.
It's
So
a thing you do.
I am. How far away am I from Hadron? 30 feet?
Yeah, but the center mast is in the way of Hadvar and you. You'd have to move up a little bit just to be able to see him. But you have a line of sight on Scythe and the creature.
I'm going to try to come up enough that I can get within 30 feet of Hadvar.
I've moved you 10 feet forward.
And I'm going to distant cast greater invisibility on Hadvar.
Are you a willing creature?
I am very willing.
As Hadvar?
Hold on.
Oh, yeah, maybe.
And then you stab me in the back.
No, you're good. I rolled a 7.
Oh, good. Yeah. And then runs up with a great sword. All right, so Hadvar is...
You're still invisible, so no one can heal you.
And I'm going to turn and run upstairs.
Sure. 15, 20, 25, 30. You're at the top half of the stairs as you're running up.
Okay, so as long as I get out of the smoke to get up.
Yes. Yep. Okay. Yep. You're out of it for now. It is the creature's turn, and he looks down at Scythe, and there's something in his mind that's just compelling him not to engage with this creature. As he's going to try and run past, Scythe gets an opportunity attack.
Excellent. Now, since Hadvar is technically still there.
Oh yeah, you would get an attack of opportunity as well, Hadvar.
Well, I was going to say, do I still get pack tactics?
Does it say a creature he can see?
Ooh.
That's
Ooh.
the only.
That's
the
a good deal right there.
thing.
Hadvar's no longer there. He's there. He's just invisible.
Hadvar, go ahead and try to roll a attack of opportunity against my man.
It's
All it
advantage
says-
on attacks made within 5 feet of an ally.
Yep.
Okay.
So, since I'm invisible, I believe I have advantage on this attack.
What's his passive perception?
Because if I recall correctly,
20.
Yeah, I mean he knows he can still hear you and he knows you're there, but you're invisible.
invisible creature is impossible to see without the aid of magic special senses. For the purpose of hiding, the creature is heavily obscured. The creature makes attack rolls against the creature have disadvantage, and the creature's attack rolls have advantage.
Yeah, go for it.
Dope. So yeah, I'm gonna swing out with my my
Staff.
Staffy McStafferson, right?
Okay.
22 to hit.
That hits.
And
And
that's-
I've got a 33 to hit.
Yes, that hits.
8 damage from Scythe.
Okay.
Same. And then
And,
you also need to make a strength saving throw.
I did. It was 14.
Cool.
Minus the D4.
Not minus the D4. Is he still baned at this? Yeah, it's still baned. It's only been -1.
Damn. Ah, I was hoping you were going to get that forward.
He'd trip and just fall.
Yep.
All right. Well, how about this then? How about I yeah. I'm gonna expend a use of my Staff of Thunder and Lightning and force him to make a Constitution saving throw.
You have Warcaster.
Yes.
Nice. Strength. I'm sorry. What kind of saving throw?
Well, no, it's on a hit.
Oh,
The staff is on a hit. When on a hit, I can be like, "Hey, it does a thing." Actually, it's only on a hit. All of my stuff is on a hit except for the one thing.
okay. What's he doing?
Constitution saving throw.
Come on. Okay.
Minus the D4. And a disadvantage.
Oh yeah, at a disadvantage.
That's killing me. All right, so that's worse. All right, so 14.
He is stunned until the end of my next turn.
All right, I'm going to use his only legendary resistance
Oh no!
to get rid of that.
You dirty bitch. No.
He only has one. I only gave him one, so I was like, yeah, that's going to kill him.
Well,
That
he
would kill
still takes 16 damage.
Okay, yeah, he's looking very, very bad.
Ooh.
He's looking very bad, and he has this re-energized purpose. So, good grief! Oh, it's his turn. All right, so that all happens just from him trying to. Good grief! And you see him leap. Actually, he hunkers down and he springs up, leaping all the way to the stairs, and taking the rest of his movement to bite you, Barrow. As he saw you running up the stairs and he can't attack the invisible one and doesn't want to attack Scythe, you both strike out at him and you see him almost lose his balance as you see him open his mouth wide as he's going to try to bite and claw you. -4. I don't think it's going to matter. 24 to hit.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Yep.
That's his bite. Let me just see if the claws hit. -4. 17.
17 does not hit.
So the claw misses you, but the bite does with this re-energized hunger that he has, sinks his elongated teeth into you. You take lots of damage.
All of the damage.
You take a lot of damage. Let me write this down so I don't forget. Stand by.
Do you see it in his beard? How much damage?
So you take 7 points of piercing damage and 37 points of necrotic damage.
I'm unconscious, guys.
For
No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Ooh.
No,
Yeah.
You
I'm
can
good.
hit in this fight?
So as you see him bite into you and rescind and kind of drink the blood that he's ripped off of your skin, you see his eyes go back to normal and his teeth sink back into his gums, almost satiated.
Now, that was 37 and 7 or
Yeah.
37 total?
37 and 7.
Okay.
So 44 points of damage.
Wow.
Wow. And Barrow, it's your turn.
Cool.
So he did to him in one turn what he did to me over the course of the entire battle.
That
I'm sorry, half of what he did to me in the entire battle. That's okay.
Your shield helped that.
Yeah.
and whenever he sees someone heal, that's no joke.
Cool.
What would you like to do, Barrow? He is next to you and Vanilla.
Yeah.
He's looking terrible, by the
Yep.
way. He's almost got this crazed look in his face.
Oh, and I took damage, so I need to roll a concentration check.
Yeah, for Bane. Which you have to get a 22.
Wait for it. Nope. 20. Bane is
Oh.
down.
Oh man. So he is no longer baned.
Okay.
And it is your turn.
Cool. Cool. Damn it. Of course. Son of a bitch. All right. Yeah. I'm just gonna. Yeah. I'm gonna look up and I'm gonna be like, yeah, this really needs to be over, like right now. That really fucking hurt. And I'm gonna reach out and I'm gonna put my hand right on this thing's chest, and I'm gonna cast Sacred Flame.
I don't understand how this is flip-flopping. It's a wisdom save?
Yes.
5.
No, dexterity. Dex.
6.
I expected like a huge drastic change. It's like, oh.
Yeah. I don't understand how all of the attacking is so good and all of the saves are so bad.
That is 14 points of fire damage.
Okay.
I am going to
describe how you want him to die.
I think this time, instead of fire coming from in the sky above me
and just slam it down,
I kind of want to almost glow Super Saiyan like.
Sure.
Just when I reach out and touch him, just have him ignite in flames, and just like where that void is, see flames like coming out of his eyes and his mouth and all that.
Cool. So you ask for assistance again. You call up to someone that you guys, Barrow is casting all sorts of spells that you've never seen him cast before. He's doing a lot of things that you've never seen Barrow practiced in. And you see him at this final moment talk up into the sky and reach out his hand, and you see this aura around him, almost like the outside of his armor starts to ignite with fire. And as he reaches out, you see all of the glowing, radiant light around him coalesce all into his own chest and rocket down his arm, off of his fingertips and into the being, where it just lights up the entire inside of him and shatters him as the entire...
Before he extinguishes, like right when I think it's going to happen, I say, "Tell your master we say hi."
And you see him kind of shatter into a bunch of... It's like if you emptied a shredder bin and just threw it into the sky. You see his skin just tear and just kind of dissipate into the sky, and the rain still battering down. You see the wisps of the void energy kind of trailing off of each raindrop that hits it. And you see the fog on the deck of the ship start to rescind. And you see the clouds in the sky part. And moonlight breaks through and hits the deck of your ship. And the waters even start to calm down as everything is kind of settled for a moment.
I instantly run down the stairs toward the crewman that was knocked unconscious, and I am casting Spare the Dying on him.
Okay. You cast it, and you can see as you're doing that, he's still breathing.
Cool.
And you know at this point he's just been knocked out really bad, and it may take him a little bit to recuperate, but Spare the Dying has now preserved his life.
Yeah, Havar's gonna as soon as he feels like the threat is gone, he's just gonna sit down where he's at and just kind of like...
Yeah.
Invisible.
He took a
so.
beating. I'm pretty sure had I not gotten those 2 things of healing, I probably would have died.
After all the calmness kind of settles, you hear the same voice from your nightmare. Don't worry, we have others. As it just kind of fades into the air on the S. But we're out of initiative. You see the captain, or I'm sorry, not the captain. You see the first mate and the navigator at the wheel. They get control of it, and they're all looking around. They look at you. They express their thanks for dealing with this entity. They had no idea. They've never dealt with anything like this before. And they go and they check on the captain and find his lifeless body inside of his room.
I kind of tip my captain's hat.
They look at you.
I don't really do that.
All right. I was going to say they are unappreciative of the gesture. But no, okay, you don't do that. They find his body, and you see the first mate kind of pick him up and bring him out onto the deck. And over the next few hours, they give him a ceremonial burial, as the outside of this ship has a lifeboat on either side as well. And they actually unhook one, place the captain inside of it with a few of the weapons that were in his room, and ignite the ship and send it out on the waters. As they give him a sailor's burial, the new captain asks the navigator to redirect them, and the rest of the night is relatively calm, except for the uneasiness of, can this happen again while we're out here?
Right. I'm also gonna cast Healing Spirit and just have everybody line through that. Yeah. A lot of that'll be Hadvar, but yeah.
I'm like,
Hadvar's just laying on the ground, and you have the wolf kind of like jump through him.
Yeah.
A few times. Or like lay next to him and kind of and just kind of like nuzzle him. Like he'll just keep nuzzling. Every time he nuzzles, it's another D6. But yeah. So we'll say that the rest of the journey is calmer than that. Although there is another stormy night that you guys have to embrace. It wasn't as severe, but eventually you make it to the northern point of the continent where the cliffside is low enough that they are able to dock the ship. Well, they don't dock it. They get close enough that if you jump off, you can easily make it to shore. You'll just get a little wet.
We still get our horse and buggy, right?
Yep. And they lower the ramp down. Again, it's in shallow enough water that you can get everything out. The horses, the carts, they're all okay. Over the course of this, you did find 2 other crew members that were just like the captain, with the life essence sucked out of them. They were also thrown overboard, but you saved the one, so there's only 3 of them left at this point in time. And they assure you they'll be fine. They're going to make it to Doremi. They'll just drop anchor overnight, this, that, and the other. And you guys take your 2 horses and your cart and make your way southward and towards the mountain range again. So you can make contact at Battleborn and figure out what was going on there. And that's where we'll end.
I assume we long rested during that second part of that. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Cool.
What is that?
Remember the BuzzFeed episode about that family that was
Yeah.
it was a disappeared episode? Amazon Prime just added season 2
Oh, wow.
to Prime.
Perfect.
Season 2, episode 10.
All right. All right. Well, guys, thank you again. That was a lot of fun. That monster was called
good.
The Hungry.
The Hungry.
I only gave him 1 legendary resistance because I wanted him to be a boss fight, and it was everything else was as written. That's just how strong he is. So kudos to you all.
That was crazy.
Yeah, I definitely think the next level up, I'm gonna put a little love into my constitution. Ooh,
Jen just said that was her nickname as a kid, The Hungry.
the Hungry.
This is Hungry, apparently. Ravenous, yeah. Just eating everything in sight. You see Victor Bean was actually relatively calm during that whole encounter. and afterwards it seemed like he was fine with everything that he saw. He was almost comfortable.
Well, I mean, he lived with that creature. Wait, was this the creature? Okay.
No.
Okay. That didn't
So you'll know that creature when you see him.
Okay.
But
I like how he said when you see him.
Good job surviving. Great casting of Sanctuary and Greater Invisibility, because I think Hadvar would probably have died.
Yeah.
Shield was crazy helpful. That was nice. I'm glad that it was able to just bump you up high enough to avoid death. But let me read this real quick. If a creature the Hungry can see regains hit points, the Hungry gains 2 benefits until the end of its next turn. It has advantage on attack rolls.
Oh.
And its bite deals an extra 4d10 necrotic damage on a hit.
Oh my gosh.
Every time he sees someone heal. That's disgusting. I had him and 2 other creatures that were CR7s as a part of this, and I was like, yeah, it won't be too hard. And then I looked at his life and I was like, oh my gosh.
How much hit points did he have?
Beefcake, 225, but I gave him when I took the other 2 out, I gave him another 50. So he had 275 health.
Wow, that's
He's a beefcake. Yeah. He's hungry.
So what he had resistance he did have resistance to piercing.
Bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing while in dim light or darkness. So magical or not, it just says bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing. But I got this one from Tome of Foes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I liked that one.
Yeah, he was cool. I liked him too. We'll see what happens when you guys arrive at Battleborn next session. It should be an easy journey. So we'll see once you get there what kind of unknowns are present.
Yes. Cool.
But yeah, glad we were able to play.
That was
I'll hopefully be able to set something up relatively soon. I like being able to do this once a week because it gets us through a lot of this stuff. And Battleborn is really, really fun because I don't know if I told you guys this last time, but Jen helped me write a lot of the story for Battleborn.
right.
Specifically. So there will be some interesting events occurring within the city. Few surprises. So I'm excited for you guys to get there.
Yeah.
Yeah. And this is also the city that you guys know Ursurith was a paladin for.
Okay.
So this is where he was a paladin and then was when he was left, when he got kicked out, really. He just walked westward until he made it to Wizardton and ran into all of you guys in that tavern where he was like sloshed. So
Gotta write that down because I completely forgot about that.
yeah. So this is where Ursurith was kind of like his home base. But
Cool.
hi guys, very nice seeing you 3 again. I really enjoyed playing with you guys. I'm glad that we're moving forward in this direction, and we'll play again soon.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Totes. Yeah, I was definitely having like an itch. I was like, oh god, I want to play. And so I'm not gonna lie, I was upstairs in bed when I saw you send a text